Hello everyone. It's me once again. By now, you should know me very well, and what I have been through. Well, if you are listening to me, then it means you are at the final episode. This final episode is a very special episode of this series, as well as it is the longest one. This episode is less silly and whimsical than the others that you have seen so far. This episode covers some pretty serious thoughts, feelings, and emotion I went through in this story. I hope you enjoy what there is to come. You guys have all been a great audience. I can tell you really enjoy these stories of my life. Well, if you do, then you should find this one interesting. I like to see you viewers. Well, without further ado, let's get this thing started already. Well, here I am. Are you all ready? Here it comes in 3, 2, 1. I really never could have known how far Alyssa and I would have gotten together. From the time we first met at the pool, we have been through so much. After we met at the pool, we ran away from our home neighborhood from Mr. Loner and his perverted men. I got Alyssa a special inflatable zebra birthday gift. We all went to work in an insane asylum. I met the Brenda girls. We all had a beach day blast. We all went camping in the woods in a cabin other than mine. I tried to build us a house. We got our own house since then. I chased Alyssa around the neighborhood after losing her at the movie theater, and now here I am, sitting in my new house with Alyssa right by my side here. I'm happy as we are now. Wait a minute. Now Alyssa is standing up suddenly. Now, she is walking towards me. Now, she has gotten down on her knees. Now, she is holding out a cute little tiny beautifully embroidered box the side of her hand. Now, she opens the box, revealing a beautiful and shiny golden diamond ring. While still holding it out towards me, she says,
"My Jolie, you and I have known each other for 5 years now. I feel like we have gotten close enough together. We are almost impossible to separate at this point. So I ask you, do you, Joel Vernus, want to marry me?"
And after hearing this, I respond by saying, "Hold it right there, Alyssa. Are you familiar with the concept of proposal? That's the guy's thing to do, not the girls. And besides, I'm pretty sure you're saying the first part wrong."
Yeah. I know how proposal works. But I mean, no one is here to witness it, so it really doesn't matter if you propose to me or I propose to you. Well, anyway, do you want to marry me?
As weird and as awkward as this situation was, she actually had a point. But as for her proposal itself, I wasn't sure. This was out of nowhere, and this would mean no going back. You know what, Alyssa, I will have to think about it.
What? What do you mean, you will have to think about it? It really is just a simple yes or no question. Really, either you do or you don't. There is no thinking about it.
I mean, I have to think about it. Please give me some time.
Jolie. Hey. Get back over here. Alright, look here, I am planning us a wedding in exactly a week from today. That's how long you have to decide. You got it? And let's put things this way. If you can't decide in 1 week, I am straight up breaking up with you, because if it takes you more than a week, our relationship is worthless. Got it?
Gulp. Okay. Duly noted.
Good. I am glad to hear that we are on the same page with this. In the meantime, I guess I will just be out here, anticipating your decision, hoping that you actually make one.
This was really stressing me out. This proposal happened so suddenly. And now it seems as if my relationship with Alyssa is at stake. I wasn't sure if I was ready to be married yet. I wasn't positively sure if Alyssa I wanted to have as a wife, despite how much I loved her, so I didn't want to say yes. If I say no, that might also end our relationship. Oh, I hate the big choices we make in life, especially adults love relationships. Oh, which will I choose? I only have a week, after all. I have been awake for hours now. This whole proposal thing was really working me up. What was I going to say? Alyssa sleeps next to me, and I bet money on what she's dreaming of.
Do you, Alyssa Abram, take Joel Avernus as your lovely wedded husband?
I do.
And do you, Joel Avernus, take Alyssa Aburn as your lovely wedded wife?
I do.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Very well. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.
I am really stressing out about this. But at the same time, I'm probably looking really stupid right now because I am probably making this a bigger deal. Oh well. Well, at least I have my reasons. Like I said before, I really wasn't sure if I was ready to be married yet. I am one of those later in life people. That being said, if I say no, Alyssa might end our relationship permanently, and our bond will be broken forever. And if I don't choose within a week, oh, it really won't matter then. Lying fully awake in bed with Alyssa sound asleep at my side, I am trying to think of a way around this. There must be something I can do to avoid this and get out of it altogether. It was then when I thought of something. If I run away from this neighborhood, I can be free from this. It will be sad that I will be away from Alyssa for good, however, of course. But think of the good side. I won't have to worry about running into Alyssa after our relationship is over, and I can ever start my new fresh life in a new place. It was a great idea. I carefully put my clothes on and get up out of bed, without waking up Alyssa. If she finds out what I am going to try to do, she will freak out. I carefully tiptoe my way out from the room and into the kitchen, making sure that I don't wake up Alyssa. Once I am out in the kitchen, I have gathered myself up a bucket of paint, a paintbrush, some rope, and a large poster square. I use these materials to write the following. Before I head out of this house for the last time, I must do something first. For my 21st birthday, Alyssa got me a special wallet that has our picture inside of it. Holding back tears, I take it out of my pocket, and leave it next to Alyssa on my pillow. Now I am ready to get out of here. I take the rope, the sign, and leave this house for the very last time, with the knowledge that I just saw Alyssa for the last time in my life. On my way out, the door doesn't quite close completely behind me. Oh well. I was meaning to get it fixed, but I guess it doesn't matter now. On my way across the front yard, I step in a puddle. But nothing matters for what I'm doing right now. I have to walk a couple blocks away from our house, to ensure that Alyssa can't see me from the bedroom window or anything. Once I am moving, I am away from my now old house. Well, this looks like a far enough. I highly doubt Alyssa will see me from all the way out here. Well, I guess this is where I wait for someone to come and get me. With that, I punched out 2 holes on the top of the poster board, tied the rope through them in a loop, and wore the whole thing around my head. I was ready to get attention. While I was waiting, I was thinking about how much I looked like a sandwich salesman. I waited for nearly an hour, but nothing was happening. The people driving by me didn't even slow down to stop at all. I wanted to go somewhere else, when I heard all of a sudden,
My Julie, is that you want out there?
I will forever recognize that voice anywhere. Horrified, with chills going all up and down my back, I turned to face toward the direction that the voice echoed from. I saw a person-shaped figure all the way in the distance at the end of the street, a few blocks down. It was so far away, it was just a shadowy figure, but I recognized its shape. It then began to run towards me. As it got a bit closer, I could start to make more and more of it out. But thing is, I knew who it was all along. Eventually, once the figure was in full focus, it finally reached me. I was fully face to face with my girlfriend, now awake and clothed, with her very iconic scared, sad, and concerned facial expression. There was an awkward silence. Then she asked,
Jolie? What are you doing all the way out here this far away from me?
It was then, when she for once looked down at the sign I was wearing, and actually read it herself. After reading over my sign, she literally ripped it off my body and then threw it away somewhere.
Jolie, what was the meaning of that? What were you trying to do? Were you trying to run away from me? Why would you do that? Don't you love me? Don, do you want me?
At this point, I was completely speechless. Alyssa, I can't, explain.
And I also found this on the bed next to me back at our place in our room. Were you trying to leave this, your very last memory of me behind? You hurt my feelings by doing this.
Feeling more and more ashamed by the second, I still remained speechless. Alyssa, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't. Alyssa interrupted me by grabbing my hand suddenly. Holding my hand tightly, she put the wallet back into my hand. But she still kept her grip even afterwards.
Just please walk with me back home, my Jolie. Come on. You will be safer with me back at our place. Come on.
Right as Alyssa was turning around to head back home with me, I did something I never thought I would do, that I guess I just wasn't thinking about doing at the time. With all my might, I twisted my arm free from Alyssa's grip, turned around, and straight up ran away from Alyssa, my one and only ever loved girlfriend.
Jolie. Wait. What are you doing? Stop running away from me. Come back here to me.
Now, I will point out that Alyssa is a very light and speedy person for someone her age, but I have longer legs, so I was able to still cover more ground than she could. I have made it out of sight, losing Alyssa somewhere behind me.
Hello. It's me. I need you where we live. As soon as possible. Please make it fast.
As I was going along, I stopped by the time I knew I was far enough out of sight of Alyssa. I felt bad. But when I was thinking about what would come next, this suddenly happened. What the? Who the heck are you, group of people, and why have you come to me?
Oh. Who are we? Good that you ask. You see, we are sort of members of a gang that Alyssa, who seems to now be your girlfriend, has on her side.
Yes. Alyssa herself gave us a phone call saying that you were running away from her, and that we should come all the way out here to find you.
And we have, and we will, so now get in our car right now.
No. You are not taking me back. You will never take me back. Just get away from me.
Hey, we have a runner. No one ever gets away from us. Come on guys. Let's get after him.
Wah. Stay back. As I tried to slowly regain my consciousness, I saw a pair of girls' legs standing in front of me, facing me. As I got up, I followed the legs up to the rest of the body. I followed the legs up to the lower body. Then I followed the lower body up to the upper body. And finally, I followed the upper body all the way up to the head. Once I was at the head, I knew it was Alyssa all right. And upon her face was the saddest and most concerned facial expression I had ever seen coming from her.
Jolie, why did you run away from me like that? I thought you wanted me to be with you. I thought you loved me. Why were you trying to get away and ditch me?
Alyssa, I am so sorry about this. You see, I can explain.
Jolie. Please. I'm asking you this for once and for all, but can you please come back with me? I really want you to. Please. Just come with me.
Alyssa was holding my hand tightly while we walked through the moonlit rooms from the night sky. The whole time, I felt regret and shame for what I had done to Alyssa. Alyssa, there still remains one thing that I want to know. How did you find me all the way out there so far away from outhouse?
Well, you see, when I realized you weren't with me in bed anymore, I woke up instantly. Terrified, I got up and looked for you. That's when I saw the door hadn't been properly shut. I then realized that you had left the house. IWASN. T going to find you if it WASNT for that puddle outside on our lawn. I recognized your footprints, so I followed them to you. Oh Jolie. Standing there with that sign that I read around your body, you had me so worried and scared for you. You hurt me in a way. I really want to be with you. When you ran away from me, I saw that you threw your wallet from me on the ground. I broke out into tears, and then I called my, friends to come get you for me, but now that you're with me, you are safe now. Which is how I want us both to be when we are with each other.
I really couldn't think of anything to say to Alyssa at that moment in time to respond to all of this.
Well, here we finally are once again, Jolie. Come on. Let's go back inside here.
Just as I knew it, Alyssa took me back to our bedroom, where we had once been sleeping naked together in. Earlier that night, we both headed over to the bed, and got undressed once more. Right before dozing off, Alyssa told me,
Jolie, do me a favor, and please still be with me by my side in the morning.
While I was thinking of where to go next, Alyssa rolled over in her sleep, and her body was up against mine. One of her breasts was pushed over my chest. And I admit, as nice, warm, squishy, and comforting as it felt, I knew if I tried to get up, she would feel it. I was trapped by boobs. So very slowly and carefully, I put my hands on her chest and rolled her to face the other way. I was free from Alyssa's breast. Now, I could carefully stand up, and leave once again. I stopped for a moment to realize that if I left through the front door again, things would probably end up the same way they did last time I tried to escape Alyssa. I had to think of something else. Just then, I thought of the window. Unlike the door, the window was secured to the wall. If I escaped through the window, there would be no sign of me getting out and going anywhere. As I walked over to the window, I slowly opened it, trying to be as quiet as possible. Once I was able to get it open the full way, I then very slowly, carefully, and quietly crawled out through it. I was somehow able to make it the full way outside without making any noise. Once I was completely outside the house, before I ran away again, I very slowly and quietly slid the window shut behind me, the same way I did before. Then, I was off once again. As I made my way around the back and to the front of our house, I thought about where to go next. I decided to go somewhere farther into the neighborhood to sleep the rest of night. I had eventually come to two houses, so large that they created a little alleyway between them. It was dark in there, so I decided to sleep there for the night. It was really cold back here, but I was able to fall asleep eventually. As I blink my eyes awake, I am nearly blinded by the light of the next day. It must finally be morning. After all, it was a really long night for me last night. Wait a minute. I then realized something. The sun was right directly above me in the sky. If that's the case, then that must mean it isn't morning, but instead, it's afternoon. As I pull myself upwards, I think about how long I was out. It was like midnight when I fell asleep back here, and now it is like noon. I haven't slept that long in a long time now. When I look out into the streets of the neighborhood, I see something very familiar to me. It's Alyssa. And by the looks of things, she's putting pieces of paper all over the buildings. Her facial expression looks like she didn't sleep, and she is holding back tears. Uh-oh. Now she is coming this way. I better duck out of sight. Phew. That was a close one. I quickly walk back the other direction, hoping that Alyssa doesn't turn around. By now, Alyssa is far behind me, and almost out of sight. Before I go on, I take a look at the papers she has been putting all around our neighborhood. Oh no. This isn't good. Now if anyone sees me on the streets, they will turn me in. I must come up with something quick. A couple minutes later, I am wearing a piece of leather around my head to change my appearance. I'm not sure where this leather has been, but at least it hides me from being seen. Seeing as I did get any breakfast, I am pretty hungry. So I make my way to the nearest diner. As I am eating my food, I keep my disguise on. Why? Because on the way in, Alyssa had put up a flyer in the entrance area of this very restaurant. So I had to keep myself hidden. When I am done eating, I stand up. And I turn to leave as quick as possible. But, when I reach for the front door, a strong gust of wind comes into the restaurant, so strong that the leather comes loose and unties itself from my head. Now that I have been completely uncovered and exposed from my disguise, everyone else in the restaurant suddenly turns to stare at me. I know I'm in for it now.
Hey! You're the missing person from the poster. Oh my god. We found you. Stay right there. I am going to get someone to come pick you up. Hey! Where are you going? Don't you want to be recovered? Oh my god. He is making a run for it. Quick! Cops! Get over here as quick as possible.
I knew I had to get away from there as quick as possible, but by the time I was outside the restaurant, it was already too late.
Well, we are all so happy that you have been found. But I don't get why you tried to run. You are only missing, not wanted. Well, get in the car, and I will take you to the office.
Well, I have no choice now. I can't just run away from the police.
So, is your name Jennifer Ness?
Yes. I am afraid so.
And are you related to a young lady by the name of Alyssa Ebron?
Yes, I am afraid that is also correct.
Well, that's good. Miss Ebron has been very worried of your disappearance. I'm going to call her right now to come pick you up. She will be very happy to see you.
This was not good. I knew I had to get out of here really fast.
Hey wait. Where are you going? Please come back. She won't come get to you if you're not here. Please be a little more patient and we can go home with your relationship. Please. Yes. Miss Ebron. It is here with me at the police station. Please come up quick as possible. It is trying to run away. I don't know why. Just hurry before he gets away. Please sir. Come back. Don't you want to be with Miss Ebron? She really misses you. She seems really upset about your disappearance. Please come back. Oh well, she is on the way here.
Alyssa looked so worn out, sad, and beat. She was pretty scary looking. Plus, her sudden appearance of me running into her along the outside wall frightened me even more. Alyssa, sorry, Instead of saying a word, Alyssa just reached out and grabbed me, pulling me into her body. She just held me tight up against her chest. Her breast was pushed against my chest. She would not let go. Eventually, Alyssa turned around, and with her arm still tightly around my body, she walked towards the parking lot of the police station with me. On our way there, I couldn't help but ask, Alyssa, why do you hold me so tightly, and, so close?
Oh Julie. I love you too much. I don't want you to run away from me anymore. I want you to stay as close to me as possible.
For the rest of the way back to the car, I felt sad and guilty for what I had gotten Alyssa and even myself into. Even while Alyssa was driving, she had only one hand on the wheel, and kept the other hand around my shoulder. This made me feel a little uncomfortable. Even when we walked to outhouse, Alyssa stayed close to me, with one arm around my back. Now I was feeling even more uncomfortable. When we sat down, before anyone said anything, Alyssa gave a big, long, wet kiss to my cheek.
Jolie, why do you just continue to do this to me?
Alyssa, I am sorry. But I just cannot explain it. I don't feel comfortable. Just please know that it is not because I don't like you or anything. It's just best that I don't tell you. I was waiting for Alyssa to reply to what I just said, as a way of questioning my reasoning a little bit more. But for the longest time, nothing seemed to be coming out. Alas. I kept waiting. But still nothing. Eventually, all Alyssa said to interrupt the endless awkward silence was just,
"Well, it's getting late. Come on. Come along with me now."
And so with that, we both just stood up. Before Alyssa took me elsewhere, I just stopped her to ask her suddenly, "And, so, you aren't mad at me in the slightest bit for what I have done to you?" I was really waiting for a response to this question I had just asked. Her response was just,
"Oh Jolie. I love you too much to be mad at you. I am much more concerned and scared for you if anything at this point. That's all."
Without saying anything else at all, Alyssa just took me away towards where she wanted to take me after saying it was late. I was really contemplating this response she gave to me. Right before we reached our bedroom, Alyssa stopped us and wanted to say,
"Well Jolie, I didn't want things to go this far, but I have put a tracking device on your wallet. If you remove the wallet from your pocket or go too far out of a certain range, a watch around my arm will beep at me and tell me where you are. I'm sorry, but I don't want you to run."
This is getting pretty ridiculous and overkill by now. While I was laying wide awake in bed with Alyssa sleeping by my side, I just suddenly realized a loophole in Alyssa's plan. The tracking device only tells her where it is, not me. If I take it out and put it somewhere, it will take her to it and not me. With that, I came up with an idea all of my own. Once again, for both the second night and the third time in a row, I quietly and carefully got out of bed and put my clothes on as to not awake Alyssa and see me escaping again. Once again, I was at the window again. This time, I knew for sure I would get away from this neighborhood and start a new life once and for all. With that, I went through the window. Instead of just running back into the neighborhood, this time, I just ran the different direction, all the way into a nearby forest. It was so very dark in this forest this late at night. I could hardly see a thing. I took out the wallet from my pocket. I wasn't sure if I was out of the range that it would contact Alyssa, but it really doesn't matter because now it was out of my pocket. Before getting rid of my wallet once and for all, I realized that this was the last memory I was ever going to have of Alyssa. After it was gone, I would never have a memory to remember her by ever again. Holding back tears, I chucked the wallet away from me and deeper into the forest with all my might, never to be seen ever again. There it goes. Goodbye, Alyssa, once and for all. And with that, I continued on. As I was walking on and on, it just got darker and darker in the forest. Eventually, when I couldn't see 2 inches in front of my face, I suddenly tripped on something, and tumbled. I fell, hitting my face on every stone, banging my knee, and cutting new arms and legs. Without being able to see a thing, I stumbled into a raging wildly strong river, that was pulling me away from land. It was cold, painful, and I couldn't see a thing. It's no use. There is no way I am getting out of this one this time. No matter how hard I try to fight the current, it just pulls me farther and farther. And I can hear a waterfall. As I am very aggressively floating along the river, I realize that this may be my last minute or so in life as we know it. I never knew my life would end so short, in this way. I never knew I would only live to be 25 years old. I really was expecting more out of my life than that. I wanted to live. I wanted to make more out of me, and Alyssa. Oh Alyssa, Alyssa. Oh my God. What have I gotten myself into? If only I would have just stayed with her. If I would have just stayed back with her where I was safe, I wouldn't even be here. Why did I run away from her? Why was I this stupid? Why did I get myself into this? I have brought this all upon my own self. I'm a real jerk to myself, sometimes. And the worst part, I didn't even get to say goodbye. No. I just ran away. I threw away the wallet, the only thing I had left of her, and now, I won't have anything left of myself. Why did fate have to end up like this for me? Well, I really deserve this. I should have just stayed with Alyssa. I really deserve all of this. I deserve to die. I deserve to die. No one can save me now. With the wallet gone, Alyssa or anyone will never find me out here. In just a few seconds from now, there will be no more Joel or Bernice. I deserve to die. What the? Where am I? Am I dead? Is this heaven or hell? Why is it so dark in here? What the? I am in some kind of a school. But why?
Phew. It sure took me a while to get to the store. Wait a minute. What's with my voice? And why am I a little kid? Oh no. What year is it? Oh no. It's the year 2000. That means I am only 8 years old. And it's July. That can only mean one thing. I am back when I attended the summer 2000 summer classes. Wait a minute. I remember something else that I came across when I was here. It was that one girl. The one always in the halls away from anyone else. I must go look. No, it can't be. Oh my God. No way. It really is. It was Alyssa the whole time. I had seen my future girlfriend back in the year 2000 at only age 8 and I didn't even realize it. And honestly, when I had first met Alyssa at the pool of my own neighborhood on the dock, I thought something about her appearance seemed familiar. But then, I thought it was just a coincidence. But now I know. I only saw her once at summer class, and never saw her again. I wanted to see her again, and I did 12 years later when I was 20 in year 2012 without realizing it. Man, life is amazing. But wait, how do I get out of here? And is there a way back to the present day? Am I really dead? Again, where the hell am I? Wait a minute. Where is Alyssa going? I better follow her. Alyssa! Wait up! It's me, Jolie.
Well. If it isn't Junker Venice.
Oh no! It's Simon Jarrett. How can I forget about him? He was that one older kid who used to pick on and beat up the little kids. Everyone hated him. Especially me.
Oh hey there, Junker Venice. It's your old pal, Simon Jarrett here for you. Wow. I have to bend over just to look at you, because of just the height you are. Well, Junker Venice, my parents are a bit short on cash, so I have no money for food today. But I know you do. So why don't you just hand it over and save yourself the pain?
No. This isn't real. I must keep after Alyssa. She must be my only way out of this place.
Hey! Come back here, you little runt. No one runs away from Simon Jarrett and gets away with their life. Nobody.
Alyssa, Pam. Wait up. Where are you going? It's me. You're Jolie. What the? Why can't you hear me? Alyssa, wait. Why are you going in here? What the? This is the office. But why is the furniture all weird? The sky is red, the floors and ceiling are not the right color scheme. And why is everything in the room so big? And where the heck did Alyssa go? I clearly saw her with my very own naked eyeballs walk right through the door into this room. What the? Where did the phone come from? Well, I guess I am the only one to answer it. I wonder who it could be. I can't reach it, so I must climb the desk just to get to it. Got it. What the? Where did it go?
Hello. This is Joel of Furnace. Look. I know where you are. I know that you're scared. So here's what you must do. Go hide in that very same place you met and kiss her, you
Dirty, motherfucking, cocksucking, cunt.
How do I get out of this? Where did Alyssa go? Help. Wah 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 wah.
My Jolie. Are you waking up? Please. Answer me. You are scaring me. My Jolie. You are alive.
Alyssa. You're all grown up again. And hey. So am I.
What do you mean, you're all grown up and so am I?
Oh. Never mind. It's nothing. I've just never been happier to see you.
Really? Do you mean that?
Yeah. I thought for sure I was dead. But what happened? The last thing I remembered was falling off of a waterfall.
Oh. Well, I woke up to the tracker making noises at me. So, I followed its signal into a nearby forest. I found your wallet laying on top of you at the base of a waterfall. It wasn't a very big waterfall, but I needed to make sure you were okay. So I jumped into the water, swam you to shore, and carried you to this beach, not far from there. Oh Jolie. I was so scared for you. You weren't waking up. I was afraid for sure you were gone, but then, of course now, you have woken up. So all is good. I took your shirt and pants off and put them in my car because they were all soaked from the water.
So wait. You jumped in a freezing cold lake at the base of a waterfall just to swim me to shore, and you carried me all the way to a beach just to make sure I was okay?
Of course I did. I don't want to lose my Jolie. I love you too much to just let you go like that.
It was at that very moment that I realized I wanted Alyssa to be with me for the rest of my life. Reflecting on this, my dream, and all that I have ever been through with Alyssa, I am ready to actually seal this relationship once and for all with a wedding ring. I have finally realized the true meaning of love, and that Alyssa has helped me define true love. It really is about time that I have an epiphany in my life, after all. Yes.
What do you mean, yes?
I mean, yes, I will marry you. Remember how you asked me the other day? Well, I say, after all I've been through now, I am finally ready to make my decision. And I choose yes.
Oh. My. God. Jolie. You finally decided. I knew you would. And I knew you would say yes. Oh my God. This is the happiest day of my life. Me and my Jolie getting married.
Yes. We will. And by the way, stop saying how cute you look as a beach babe in your little bikini.
Well then, I hope you don't. Mind if this beach babe takes you home with her?
Not at all. Let's go right ahead.
Hello. We are gathered here today in celebration of the relationship of this beautiful couple. Jelliver S, to you, take Alyssa Ebron to be your lovely wedded husband.
Yes. I do.
And you, Alyssa Ebron, take Jelliver Ace as your lovely wedded husband.
Yes. I do.
All in favor of these two getting married?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed of these two getting married? Very well then. I now pronounce you two husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.
Oh my God. Jolie. This is so exciting. We are now officially married, and unless we get a divorce, which I honestly doubt with people like us, we are confirmed to together forever.
Yes. This is pretty freaking awesome, Alyssa. I honestly was afraid I would never ever get married in my life. Before I met you, I was so lonely in life.
I was too, you know. But now look at us. We are finally together for good. This is what I've always wanted in life. Ever since the first time I met you back at the pool.
Actually, believe it or not, but that is actually true. You actually met me before that.
What? How? When?
Do you remember the summer classes back in the year 2000?
Yes. A bit. I remember that I didn't have any friends back then. I only ever focused on the work that I had to do there. Still though, what are you getting at?
Do you remember one time where you saw a little boy watching you from a door of one of the classrooms?
I kind of do, now that you bring it up again. Yes, why?
Well, I didn't know if you could tell by now, but that little boy was me.
Wait, really? That was actually you?
Yes, it was.
Oh my God. I thought I recognized a cute handsome face like yours. Well, who knew we would end up together?
Yes. Life is awesome.